Hey there. Right, welcome to video 14. Now this video we're going to talk about projecting earnings and achieving them with losses. Now this kind of video goes hand in hand with money management. Okay? Now, I could probably repeat myself until I'm blue in the face, and regardless of how keen and interested and avidly you want to learn all of this and do everything that I say, I will tell you right now that you won't. So but let me just give you maybe a little bit more insight on basically controlling your emotions. Okay, if you feel panicky and you feel that your heart is running 10 to the dozen, please do not open a trade. Please ask someone about your signal. That's advice number one, and it's advice that you should not really skimp out on. All right, if you need help, ask for it. All right, and try and get some feedback based on the signal that you see, and then see if you can try and calm yourself down so you get to the point where you're becoming more confident in your decision making. Alright, now projected earnings, there are different ways that you can trade. Obviously, I mean, I've made like $224,000 in 3 weeks. That's very aggressive trading, but you don't really want to get into like that. I mean, the Forex market is a great vehicle to make money from, but if you break into it in any way that isn't really the normal recommended method of trading, over the long period, you will lose. So, you need to have a plan, and you need to be in the mindset of earning X amount per week or X amount per day. Don't overstep your goals to the point where you know that you can't achieve them. Stick with something that's kind of feasible, tangible to touch, to reach. I would say I gave my students a week to make $1,000. Guess what? They all passed, and then most of them didn't have any forex knowledge whatsoever. Okay, so when you're working with like to try and achieve a projected set of earnings for the end of the month or for the end of the year, you have to really take the losses with the gains and vice versa, and not to push yourself. Now, I've said to my students, if you consider making one trade per day and each trade was set for a 20 pip target and you compounded 5% of your balance, of your new balance, so like your starting balance could be $10,000, and then after the next trade you could make 10,250, and the next trade your balance is 10,500, and so on and so on and so on. Calculate what 5% is of that balance, okay, and then work out how many lots that you need to do based on that amount. I just get an approximate figure. And the way we got that approximate figure was to basically, if you're using a 100-to-1 leverage account and you're trading on the euro versus the USD, you can just essentially put an extra zero on the end, or you can just look at those figures. If it says like the euro dollar's at 129.32 or something, you can then say to yourself, okay, well, a 100-to-1 account, leverage account, is going to cost me $1,229. All right. So you can work it out like that and decide how many pips that you can choose. You can do 2.7, 2.8, 2.5 or whatever. Now, if you did this for 40 trading weeks and you got every single trade correct, you would yield off of $1,000, a $1,000 balance, your account balance at the end of the year after 40 trading weeks, compounding at 5% of the previous balance on a new trade. You will reach $158,500. All right. Now, even if you got 40% of those wrong and only left with 60% of them correct, you will still walk away from a $1,000 starting balance. You still walk away with around about $87,000. All right. That's for $1,000, and that's one trade a day. Alright, and trust me, it's very achievable if you follow the steps laid out in this course. Alright, so the purpose of this video is to really say to you, don't push it, don't go over your boundaries. I know it can get very, very exciting to see that you've made one trade after the next, after the next, after the next, all profitable trades. But be prepared for a losing trade. All right, and don't be offset by that losing trade. Don't not go, oh bugger, I just spent a whole week trying to do this, and this one trade just knocked out like 3 of my perfect trades. It happens. All right, but you got to look at it from the long-term point of view. Even if you only made one trade, one good trade a week for 40 trading weeks, and you did it at $10 per pip, at 20 pips, at $10 per pip, you would make $200. $200 times 40 trading weeks. What's that? Um, 40 trading weeks times 200, so 40. My maths isn't really that bad, guys. I just want to give you a visual representation. All right, times 200. All right, that's 8 grand. Okay, so for a beginner to walk away with $8,000 is a very good feat and a half. All right, it's probably more than what most traders do on their first year. All right, they've probably lost that $8,000. All right, so it's all about patience, perseverance, making sure you don't go over your boundaries. Make sure you listen to your instincts, and if you're feeling nervous, then don't do it. All right, then ask a question. That is the key to this success here. You have to ask questions. You have to learn how to control your emotions and learn how to basically back off when you've been told not to open the trade. Okay, so I hope this little video has helped you out in regards to making sure that you can project your earnings. All right, and then also still achieve them with losses as well. Okay, so until then, I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.